What up, Clearing and Crew? It's your boy Spirit back at you once again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. First things first, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Give us a thumbs up, share out this link, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We're doing amazing work over here on this side of things we don't miss because we call it balls and strikes and we're not in a cult here. Thank you guys so much for love and support up to this point. We are doing our best to try to hit our first 1,000 subscribers. That could only happen with your guys' help and support out there. So thank you once again, Clearing and Crew. You guys are amazing. I have 4 clips lined up ready to go into detail on the further betrayal of MAGA and the backstabbing of all American citizens at the hands of this treasonous snake, Donald Trump. Sad but true. Never thought I would have that on my bingo card for 2026, but yet here we are. I'm able to say these things freely and openly because I'm not in a cult like the rest of zombie MAGA, the increasingly small island of weirdos that continue to defend this man and his actions at any and all costs. I'm not one of them. Hope you guys are not one of them. Share this link with someone that might be one of them, and hopefully we could pull them back to reality. In this first clip I have lined up for you guys, we have this completely treasonous ass clown calling most Americans foolish for not siding with him when it comes to his war in Iran at the behest of a foreign nation. So without any further ado, let's watch this first, America last piece of he clown himself.
What do you say to Americans who are not a fan of the war?
They're foolish because the war is about one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Had we not broken the Barack Hussein Obama agreement, you know what I'm talking about, the Iran nuclear deal. This is years ago, my first term. You would have had a total, Israel would have been gone.
Oh no, not our greatest ally. Oh no.
Extinguished. Israel would have been wiped off the face of the earth, and the entire Middle East would have been, at a minimum, in big trouble.
He essentially just asked, what do you say to, all the Americans that you lied to on the campaign trail and told that you wouldn't get us embroiled in any more foreign conflicts, that it was America first, America only, and we need to mind our business when it comes to the Middle East? What do you say to all those people that aren't goldfish, that actually remember what you said, that aren't a part of your zombie cult? What do you say to them? They're foolish. They're stupid. Those people that remember the things that I said, I don't need them. I don't need their support. I don't want it. I didn't need it then. I don't want it going forward. Keep it. I don't want it. It's not needed. As I said, make sure that you keep that same energy when you're on your knees pleading and begging for people to support your picks in the midterms.
Israel would have been gone. Extinguished. Israel would have been wiped off the face of the earth, and the entire Middle East would have been, at a minimum, in big trouble.
Why do you think it's so easy for me to say that the people that still side with this, MAGA, the zombie cult, why do you think it's so easy to call them a cult? Look at what they side with. They'll stand there with a straight face and say that they voted for this. They want more of this. It's the complete opposite of everything they actually voted for. Nobody voted for this. You know how I know that's a fact? Because he never pushed for any of this, ever. He pushed for the complete and total opposite. It's a cult, nothing more, nothing less. Everything that he said he wouldn't be is exactly what he's become. Everything he said he would be, he is the complete, total polar opposite on full display every single day, right in your face. How the can you continue to call yourself a patriot or MAGA, or that you have any kind of affinity for America and stand by this piece of How can you do that in good conscience? You can't. You're a liar. You're a grifter. You're a coward. You're not a patriot. You are the complete antithesis of anything that is patriotic. You're the biggest impediment to making America great again. I make the point constantly. I am going to continue to make it until everybody out there understands it and sees it for what it is. And here we go with the second clip that I have lined up for you guys. Another display of his complete and total betrayal of everything that he said he stood for and that we thought we voted for.
They do it, but we're obliterating, and they just don't want to say uncle. They don't want to cry, as the expression goes, uncle, but they will. And if they don't, they'll have no bridges, they'll have no power plants, they'll have no anything. I won't go further because there are other things that are worse than those two.
So just openly saying he's going to commit actual war crimes out there in the open on full display, MAGA will support this. MAGA will absolutely support this. They will sit there and watch this man completely turn an entire nation to glass. We know that Iran is not an imminent threat to us, but we know who they are. Absolutely an imminent threat too. And that's what this is all about. This is not about MAGA. This is not about anything that is America first. This is Trump putting first, the way he does every single chance that he gets.
And we might have, well, the thing, if I had my choice, what would I like to do? Take the oil. Because it's there for the taking. There's not a thing they can do about it. Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home.
Unfortunately, the American people would like to see us come home. Unfortunately, the American people would not like to see their sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers die in your war for that we have no business being in. Listen, you know, those Americans, those pieces of the ones who don't want us to throw our boys and girls into a meat grinder, you know, those you know, the ones that I lied to and said I wasn't going to do all this stuff. God, they are the worst, the absolute worst. They are the problem with MAGA. How do you support this piece of How? How can you do that with a straight face, a clear conscience, and a soul?
If it were up to me, I'd take the oil, I'd keep the oil, and would make plenty of money. And I'd also take care of the people of Iran much better than they've been taken care of.
You know, by completely them into oblivion, you know, by turning them into glass, you know, liberating them, you know, turning people into a pile of smoldering ash, you know, liberating them. Listen, my form of liberation's a little bit different and involves turning people to ash and glass. Ash and glass. We're going into 26 with ash and glass. That's how we're going to do it. The are we talking about here?
It's been a horrible. They've killed 45,000 people as of a month and a half ago. 45,000 protesters. We don't do that. So if I had my choice, I'd keep the oil. But I also want to make the people of our country happy. I think most people wouldn't understand that.
He wants to make the people of our country happy? Talking about America? Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. He doesn't give a about America. He doesn't give a about MAGA. He doesn't give a about a single person living in this country or what they have to say or how they feel about anything he does. This is about his bankrolling. This is about his mega funding from that's all this is about. But the cult will sit there. And here we go with clip number 3. And listen, guys, I hate to have to do victory laps every time that I do one of these, but your boy just never misses. I said in my last video, the last one that I dropped, go check it out after you finish watching this. I said literally that these people, the MAGA cult, and here's their cult leader about to do it right now, citing CNN. This man cites CNN as a trusted source for where America is right now and how Americans feel about the war and about MAGA and about anything else. CNN, the cult already points to that one poll that CNN had put up saying that Trump is polling at 100% with MAGA. Let's say that's true. If it is that not the definition of a cult? Is that not what a cult actually is? Zero dissent, zero disagreement, 100% lockstep with every single thing that this man does? That's a cult. That's if the 100% number is true. You and I know the 100% number is completely ridiculous. Most people have already abandoned the sinking ship that's known as MAGA, the rotting zombie corpse of what was once MAGA. This is not MAGA anymore. This is a Trump cult. Let's just be honest about what this is. This is a Trump cult. It says nothing to do with America at all. We're not beating around the bush. We're not calling it anything other than what it is. We're not going to tiptoe around it. They're a cult. That's it. There's nothing this man could say, nothing this man could do that they won't 100% support. Definition of a cult. Anyway, listen to this total clown, this freak.
We're saying, oh, is Trump losing MAGA? No, I'm not losing MAGA. MAGA loves what I'm doing. And CNN did a poll of MAGA voters, a big poll, very important poll, Harry. And he went on, he said, this is amazing, 100% support. He said, I've never had a 100% poll at anything before.
Well, it's because it's a cult. That's why. It's because it's an actual cult that's not allowed to disagree with you.
Do you support Trump, MAGA people? which is, by the way, mostly Republican. And if you look, I would say MAGA makes up a majority, like about 95% of the Republican Party. All right.
They didn't tell you that the poll was literally just to like Gunther Eagleman, Dan Bongina, and Cat Turd. That was the poll when they asked how MAGA's doing. There you go. There's your poll, guys.
So they went out, they did a poll, and CNN came back 100% support. So they support what we're doing, but they would like to see it end and come back. But remember, wars last years. We're in there for 34 days, and we've obliterated a very powerful country.
We will not be out of there anytime soon, guys. This is a complete. This guy has completely dropped the ball and America for years to come. The ripple effect that this is going to have on this country is absolutely phenomenal. If it was Biden, they'd be up in arms. If it was Kamala, they'd be losing their mind saying, see, this is what happens when you put DEI into practice. Well, what's your excuse now? This isn't DEI. This is your guy. Now what's the excuse? They'll do the mental gymnastics. 5D chess, bro. It's optics. Optics of what? What the are you talking about? You read. What the hell are we even talking about here? And here we go, as promised, guys. Clip number 4 of this completely delusional sack of sitting there saying how it's freeing and liberating to bomb Iranians. How Iranians crave being bombed like it's Brondo in the movie Idiocracy. Apparently, being bombed is like Brondo. It's the regime mutilator.
The Iranian people, when they don't hear bombs go off, they're upset. They want to hear bombs because they want to be free. And the only reason they're not out protesting, you know that, is because they were informed that if they protest, like the wrestler and his friends, if they protest, they will be shot immediately. And that's an edict, that's in writing. If they protest, if they go out in the streets, they will be immediately shot. They don't have guns. You know, we sent some guns, but the group that was supposed to give, which I said would happen to my people, I said it, I called it exactly. We sent guns, a lot of guns. They were supposed to go to the people so they could fight back against these thugs. You know what happened? The people that they sent them to kept them because they said, what a beautiful gun, I think I'll keep it. So I'm very upset with a certain group of people, and they're going to pay a big price for that. But the Iranian people will fight back as soon as they know they're not going to be shot and as soon as they can get weapons. If they had weapons, not many of them, if they had weapons that would go in the other way, and you know what would happen? Iran would give up in 2 seconds because they wouldn't be able to take it. But in Iran, they have absolutely no weaponry, and they've been told point blank, if you come out to the streets, you will be killed. As of this morning, and we have this on pretty good information, 45,000 protesters have been killed. Pretty bad.
Listen, when bombs aren't going off in Iran, when they aren't seeing people be splattered into total oblivion right in front of them, they line up and say, what about me? I want next. I want to be splattered. I want to watch my entire family get thrown through a wall and turned into ash. Remember, guys, ash and glass, glass and ash. That's our credo. That's our motto. What a idiot this guy is. Unbelievable. Backstabbing piece of this man has turned out to be an absolute snake. Pretty wild to think that when he recites the snake poem, it's himself that he was talking about the entire time. Talk about a humiliation ritual. Everyone watching that and going along with it and thinking that he was talking about the deep state. Wow. Pretty wild when he was talking about himself the entire time. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Another goodie. I appreciate y'all so much out there. Once again, if you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up. Please share out the link. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. We're trying. We are really trying our best to break through and get our first 1,000 subscribers. Once again, that could only happen with your guys' help and support out there. So thank you guys once again. And I appreciate y'all. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. We'll drop another one tomorrow. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Love you guys.